Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet once again. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time we actually finally got on the offensive and recaptured the planet of Rodian Major 1. This episode here, we're going to go ahead and once the planet has sort of stabilized a bit and they're not so angry and I'm not, in constant fear of a rebellion, we're going to go ahead and grab the majority of these troops, slap them back onto our ships, and we're going to go over here and take Lanna Prime 10, which is, a planet of the Naxxilian Union. In addition to that, we're gonna, of course, continue developing our established colonies, and it would appear that Yuffie, let's see, is under attack? No. Basically, it looks like some of the Naxxilian ships have warped into system, and I'm not too sure why. They basically just warped in a little off to the side here, and that was a little bit alarming for me. I'm like, why are they jumping into system? Were they kind of just sort of scouting? Either way, it does appear that the Yuffie, we'll say defense force appears to be mobilizing to, we'll say intercept them. That'll be interesting if they don't leap out of system. However, let me see, what are the size of these ships? A lot of frigates, troop transports, a destroyer. Let me see, they don't really seem to have any very large ships. So I think it might actually be a fairly even fight. Like, they've got a lot of ships. They have one cruiser, okay. So basically, let's see. Yeah, so basically they've got one cruiser. So if we are going to, we'll say, engage in a fight with them, if our defensive fleet is going to be fighting them, it's probably best that we go ahead and focus fire their cruiser. However, their cruiser appears to have warped out, so we'll just take out some of their smaller ships, because even though they have more ships than us, ultimately they have, they're smaller ships, right? So they're a lot less effective. Now, this, oh yeah, that was it. They decided to go ahead and jump over here. I need to let's see. I need to get my other ships to warp back over here. I probably should have seen that coming. That part of the enemy fleet was going to warp in over the planet, and the other part was going to stay over there. So basically, they drew my defense force out of position. Very clever, although I believe it was unintentional. So while these guys are sort of changing their direction and they're getting ready to warp back to Yuffie, they are going to they're going to be shooting up these other ships. And they've warped back down here. So let's go ahead and see what's going on by the planet. Like I said, before I want to make sure that we focus hitting the cruiser, I really hope they don't destroy the base. I'm hoping that we can hit them hard and fast and at least save the base from being totally destroyed. It's definitely going to take some major damage, but I'm hoping they turn the fire on our defensive fleet. So let's see how this plays out. We lost the base. That's wonderful. That's great. Yay for losing the base. It doesn't appear like they've been able to put anything down on planet, so the planet still stands. We haven't lost any troops, but losing the base again is a bit of a problem. It's a bit of a pain. Now my guys seem to be sort of scattered all over the place, but we do have a concentration of, we'll say, the Naxxilian ships over here. They're smaller ships, so I don't really feel like we're doing a whole lot to them. They're losing numbers, but they're not really losing a whole lot. These are basically, they're cannon fodder, right? And I noticed this guy here, he's off chasing someone else, and I need him to stick with the rest of the fleet. I want to focus in on these targets here. Yeah, while you're turning around to go fight these guys, you can shoot that guy. Just don't go running away from the planet again, please. Now, it does appear that we have taken some damage, so they have broken through the shields on what? I'm trying to figure out, we got some red here. Oh, okay, so they're probably using, gravity weapons, graviton beams and the such, and what those weapons will do is they, as I've mentioned before actually in this series, is they will damage both shields and, components. So we've gone ahead and we've repelled that, however, it's, like I said, we took a little bit of damage and they once again destroyed our our very slowly being built spaceport. But you know, at least we kept the planet. So we're going to go ahead and try again to build another spaceport there, and hopefully our defense force can hold out. Now, it does appear that we were researching, going down the wrong path while researching, was it energy collection? An advanced form of energy collection here. Yeah, enhanced energy collection, that's exactly what it's called. So that's actually set us back on research for that. Now, like, I called my guys back to the planet, but it does appear that, there's still, we'll say, enemy ships in the area, so I'll get our guys to take them out, but they're probably going to warp out and be gone shortly because there they are. I knew they looked like they were ready to head back towards Naxilian space. Now we were having our cruisers being attacked. Let's see, where is that? Oh, that's above Lanna Prime. So that would be, wait a second, that is Strike Force Beta. Bravo, sorry, Bravo. Strike Force Bravo is being hit, and it does appear that they are taking some significant damage. So, I believe that's probably because they were split up. Yeah, part of the fleet left the system, and it looks like there was maybe one or two that had stayed behind. So let's see here. We've got one damaged cruiser, and we have another cruiser that's in a much, we'll say, better shape. So. Unless this guy here can get up here to help this one out, I feel like we might lose. Then again, we can actually take a look at the size here. 384, our cruiser has a size of 424. So we do have a greater size, and I suspect our technology is better, so I'm pretty sure our cruiser can still win this fight, but he's gonna warp out. He's severely damaged. He's not gonna stick around. You know, they're serving their purpose. Strike Force Bravo is being a pain. They're trying to provide some damage, you know, they're trying to do some damage, but ultimately I think it's best that they pull out. So I'm going to tell Strike Force Bravo to go ahead and repair at the Reach spaceport, and we're going to get Strike Force Alpha over here. They can handle it on their own. Like I said, Bravo was never meant to be like just a steamroller to destroy everything. It was meant to allow me to, we'll say, apply pressure and keep things going. All right, so they're feeling pretty sad here on Rodian Major 1, and no, we're actually we're not done yet. We're gonna go ahead and take your planet first. Like I said, I want to make sure that I come out with from a net with a net positive as a result of this whole war. And where's this mining station that's being attacked? I'm gonna have to rebuild a whole lot of mining stations. I think I'm gonna maybe do a custom design for some mining stations, so that way you know, the pirates have a little bit of a harder time raiding those. So we're gonna go ahead and load troops at nearest colony, but first I need to garrison some troops. So we're gonna go ahead up here under the troop menu, and we're going to select Rodian Major 1, and it's gonna show us all of the troops that are on this planet. And we're going to go ahead and say, let's see, this guy here's got it's got a good defense value. However, at that maintenance, I could probably, for the same maintenance, I could probably get better defense by having 2 units. So maybe 2 strike troopers would probably be better. So we're gonna go ahead and maybe stay these 2 here. Maybe 3. We'll garrison 3 troops. So garrison these 3 strike trooper battalions, and that means that they will not leave. That means, so when I tell my strike force to go ahead and load troops, they will go ahead and load the troops here, but they will disregard any garrison troops. So that way you know, I get to keep my defense on the planet, and we get to go ahead and pick up our troops and get ready to go ahead and attack the next base. Or planet, rather. Alright, so this planet right here has been taken. So maybe after Bravo gets fixed up, we're gonna go over here and basically strike back at the pirates. I think Strike Force Alpha... Yeah, so basically we're gonna maybe hit the pirates down here. We're going to take one more planet from the Naxilians, and then I might go ahead and call it quits there. Let me go ahead and take a look at the Empire comparison. I want to see how badly we've knocked down the Naxilians. Yeah, they're down to 6th place militarily. Strategic, they're still ahead of us, though. I don't like that. Like I said, I want to make sure that we are crushing them, and they're actually just underneath us in the overall victory conditions. However, thinking about this, there is a bit of a problem here in that if if I focus too much on trying to get revenge on them, you know, I am wearing down my resources, and I could be using this for growth. So I think I'm going to take one more planet, and as much as I'm war hungry, I'm bloodthirsty, I want to go ahead and destroy the rest of their colonies, and I want to take over their territory. I feel like it's ultimately better if we go ahead and we do try to end the war after I take, we'll say, Lanna Prime 10. So I think that's what's going to do. I need to start thinking a little bit more rationally, a little bit more, you know, less warlike. I feel like this war has gone on long enough, and I believe our empire would agree. You know, war wariness is significant. Our citizens are becoming unhappy. If we go ahead to let's say the blue planet, for instance, you know, happiness says it's 15. They're still pretty happy. However, if we look here, you know, we tire of our empire's words. Oh, actually, it's only -3. They're more upset with the tax rate. Well, we can go ahead and lower that once the war is over. You know, we can go ahead and decommission some ships and stuff like that. So yeah, we are looking at an end to the war. So have you guys loaded up things yet? Okay, some interesting stuff here. The Raldon Corporation, which actually is a faction I'm not familiar with. Raldon Corporation. Who are they? But basically, they, I guess maybe it's a faction oh, they're up here. Yeah, we haven't dealt with them a whole lot, if at all, here. The Ugnari. They've declared war on the Dandalist Technocracy. So the Dandalist Technocracy seems to be actually upsetting quite a few people here. But they are currently at war with them, so I'm not too sure where they... Oh, that's these guys right here. So yeah, that's them. So these guys here are at war with the Dandalist Technocracy. I know the Dandalist Technocracy had gotten into a fight with the Caadians over here. And it does appear that the Gazurian Conformity has agreed to trade the rare and valuable Zentabia fluid with us. So we actually have 2 sources of Zentabia fluid. We have the Asilis Major Enclave. No wait, it's not them. It was them. They don't have it anymore. So I'm guessing maybe the Gazurians had taken it from them. But you know what? They are giving it to us. And I'm wondering if they're doing that just so that we don't crush them. Because they, as you can see here, they're furious with us. They do not have a positive opinion of us. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and send them a gift. We'll send them a gift, and, you know, we'll try to be a little bit more friendly with them because they have such a valuable resource that they're willing to share with us. They're probably... I don't want to give them maybe military refueling rights or anything just yet because I don't entirely trust them. The bug races I have a really hard time trusting, but they're that's good. That's good. We got some positive, we'll say, agreements with them or some trade with them. Let's investigate ruins, and of course there was nothing. Where was it? Out of curiosity. Let's see. Let's zoom out. That was within. That's a Naxilian territory. Of course it was. Of course it's a Naxilian territory. So actually we have a couple of construction ships who have actually made it over here, and we're going to go ahead and repair these ships here and add them to, maybe not the nearest fleet because the nearest fleet is right here, but we're going to add them to a fleet, and we're going to, we'll say, make use of them. Or maybe I might actually not add them to a fleet and just let them sort of be automated sort of escorts, and, you know, just give them a little bit of autonomy to go through my empire and just sort of provide general defense. Alright, so I think the timing is pretty good. Strike Force Alpha is currently en route to Lanna Prime 10, and Mr. Luke Moretti has successfully incited a rebellion on the planet. Since I am anticipating this to be our, we'll say, our last invasion, or last strike against the Naxilians, I don't want to do too much more, because I feel like if I go ahead and give him a mission against the Naxilians and it takes a while, you know, I'll be doing that mission after we're no longer at war with them. And as much as, you know, as much as I'm like, whatever, I don't really care too much about that, I also want to sort of avoid, you know, I want to avoid, we'll say, kicking the hornet's nest, as it were, after we've declared peace. Yeah, basically it looks like I'd have to give him like a year to work on any of these planets. So, you know what? We're gonna actually just what else are you good at? Not really good at anything else, eh? Huh. All right. Well, you know what? For now, we're going to go ahead and just put him on counterintelligence. We'll put him on counterintelligence until canceled. because like I said, I don't really see any point in putting them on anything else. Because, like I said, I'm about to go ahead, take Lanna Prime 10, and then offer the Nexilians an end to the war via subjugated dominion. Alright, so it would appear that I had some construction work at Planet Yuffie was set back based by an explosion in the system. So there was obviously an intelligence mission here, and once again, I have no idea what my my defensive fleet here is doing. I guess they just decided they were going to go ahead and once again leave the planet undefended. When I'm going to actually change this. Right now, I currently have the range set to system. I'm going to tell them strictly only defend the planet. I don't want you guys defending anything else. Just defend the planet. I don't care if there's a mining base or something else in the system. Leave it alone. Because as it is, our new construction is already getting hit by, once again, by Nexilians. But I'm pretty sure this time here, that one, I believe that was an escort, is going to get just utterly crushed. Oh, actually, it's a destroyer. It's still going to die. So anyways, let's go ahead and check this out, because we've just warped into system above Lanna Prime 10, and I'm fairly confident we're going to go ahead and successfully take this planet. Let's speed things up just a little bit, just a touch, and let our troop transports drop their wonderful payload. And by payload, I mean awesome troopers who are going to go down on the planet and take it for us. And it looks like this is going to be very one-sided. Yeah, we've got a lot of we've got armored breakthrough, overwhelming odds. We got space control. I don't think we've got any. Do we have any special forces on this mission? It does not appear so. But basically, it's going to be over very shortly. So, Lanna Prime 10 is going to be ours, and I would do a countdown, but you can never really quite tell. You know, when it's actually going to go through. Now, I'm going to tell Strike Force Alpha to maybe just stay put around Lanna Prime 10. They're going to be sort of a in the meantime, they're going to sort of play defense fleet, but it looks like they wanted to go ahead and attack something up here. We're going to leave them there. That way there can't be any sort of counterattack. And we just have to wait. It's a waiting game at this point, people. And there we go. Lanna Prime 10 is now officially ours. I think it's about time we go ahead and talk to the Nexilians and say, hey guys, how about we end the war? So let's go ahead and do that. Our ship captain, Guy Name, located at Merciless Desolation, has increased their ship maneuvering skill level. Awesome, so he's gotten better at maneuvering a ship. Oh, it looks like they're attacking something. I don't know what the 49th Fleet is doing. It looks like they're probably heading down to Yuffie, but you know what? Let's see if we can't, you know, we'll give them the offer. We're gonna say, let's end the war, and we will maybe spare Yuffie from being taken over once again. So let's go ahead and say, change relationship. We propose an end to the war if you agree to become our subjugated dominion. No, we won't accede to your outrageous demand for subjugation. Alright. I guess the war continues. And I was like, Jason, you're being a little bit greedy. You could just say, hey, let's end the war as is, but nah. Oh, and the Caiadians are once again at war with the Dandalus technocracy. I like it. It's like as the borders start pushing more and more, you start to see more and more tensions, more wars breaking out, and I love that they're not all directed at me. It's kind of nice to know that there are other factions fighting amongst themselves. It does mean, though, that I do need to get some better defense down here, because they are going to try to take our planet. And there's a good chance that they will be successful. Strike Force Bravo is still repairing, so I'm not going to be able to use them. And Strike Force Alpha is way out of position, so these guys are going to have to sort of fend for themselves. So our agent Solid Snake has evaded detection after having successfully stolen research information on rapid-fire projectiles from the Nexilian Union. Yeah, I noticed they had one extra a bit of technology that we hadn't taken, so I figured, why not? We'll just take like a month and go ahead and grab that. So what to do with Solid Snake? Because there's not really any more technology to get from the Nexilians, so now I kind of feel like, well, I need to choose a new target. The thing is, most people are pretty happy with me, and I don't want to be ticking off like the Gazurian Conformity, who is actually, you you know, they're giving us stuff. I don't want to tick them off. To me, they serve a purpose. They are beneficial to us. Now, I also notice here that they are very friendly here with the Rhodian Hive. In fact, they have a mutual defense pact. So if we start ticking off the Rhodian Hive, we're going to have the joint wrath of both the Gazurians and the Rhodians. So I don't feel like I should be messing with either one of those factions when it comes to, you know, my stealingness. Now, the Daedalus Technocracy, they probably have a lot of decent technology, and they are currently at war with other factions. I feel like in their weakened state, they probably would make a decent target. So we're going to go ahead and say, hey, Solid Snake, can you head on over to the Daedalus Technocracy and see what you can steal from them? They've got quite a bit I could take. So let's see here. Maybe let's go ahead with, let's go with Fusion Ignition. And dang, it's still going to take a year. And even then, it's still risky. Alright, so maybe some of the more advanced technologies I can't really get my hands on. Let's go ahead with Coordinated Maneuvering for now. We'll just go down the list and grab technologies. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. I probably want to be targeting specific technologies, but, yeah, I figure at some point you want everything anyways, right? Every little thing that you can get, every technology you can get, will be beneficial and will help you, eventually. Now, I feel like like I said, I feel like we've come out ahead in this whole war. So I'm really wanting to end this war, especially before they get down to Yuffie, because there's a good chance that they will be able to take the planet. Elysium is under attack from a pirate cruiser, because, you know, that's a smart move. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, oh, and there's the, yeah, go ahead. There's the blue planet right there. Let's watch this guy get wrecked. That is so satisfyingly entertaining. Wow. Looks like somebody hired some pirates to come and attack my planets. That is interesting, because it wasn't just like a single pirate raider. They decided to actually, there's a pirate fleet here. So that is definitely, somebody put a hit out on either my defensive base or maybe the planet itself. And judging by the, let me see, spaceport. So they're specifically attacking Elysium. It's just really unfortunate that Elysium happens to be so close to the blue planet. So it looks like this pirate fleet is going to be very unsuccessful. They're caught in hyper-deny. There's actually, where is my oh yeah, the fleet is right there. So the blue planet's fleet is there. It's going to be a bloodbath, which is awesome, because I love it when, you know, the enemy wants to go ahead and warp right within range. They want to warp right in next to, you know, my most well-defended and the largest concentration of all the firepower I have. So we're going to go ahead and watch them get blown up. They're going to fail their mission miserably. They lost a bunch of ships, and they're not going to get paid because they failed their mission. Beautiful. Alright, that said, I'm going to go ahead and offer the Nexilians just a straight-up end to the war. Yes, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and do it. Like I said, I don't want to have to go ahead and try to retake Yuffie again. It's more of, I know I can do it, I just don't want to. It's, you know, it's going to be yet another hassle. So, where are you at, Nexilian guys? Right down here. Let's try just ending the war. We propose an end to war. Actually, let's try the subjugated dominion one more time. No? Okay. Let's just end the war. Yes, enough fighting for today. We could carry on again later if we feel like it. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm feeling, man. That's exactly what I'm thinking. So, the war with the Nexilians has officially ended. It is done. We are no longer fighting the Nexilians. Our relationship with them is probably absolutely terrible, but it is over for the time being. So, let's go ahead and get a base built. Let's see here. Medium spaceport around above Leanna Prime 10. Let's start building defenses and maybe scaling back our military a little bit, because our cash flow is absolutely terrible. So what I'm going to be doing at this point here, I think I'm going to go to each of my planets and make sure that I've got the bare minimum, we'll say, when it comes to troops. Because the troops, if we, let's actually go ahead and take a look at our, the money. Basically our expenses here for, where are troops? Troop maintenance is at 82,000. Now ship and base maintenance is still pretty high, but I feel like the troops are not going to be getting a whole lot of use right now because, you know, we're not currently at war. And we can go ahead and train more later should the need arise. So let's go ahead to the troop screen. And I want to maybe have, we'll say, 3 troops on garrison on each place. So any troops that are currently in a fleet, I'm going to be disbanding those because I'm not going to be doing any other invasions right now. I'll go ahead and do that off screen. I think you guys get the idea. I'm going to be going through each one of these things and just basically disbanding selected troops. Alright, so after going ahead and disbanding a lot of those troops, our cash flow has gone from like minus 57,000 to minus 20,000, which, if you take into account our bonus income, means we're actually making money again. That's excellent. That's a good thing. And actually, after all this, you know, some of the planets have developed a little bit more. So, you know, planets like Reach, I'm going to maybe give it a small bump in tax, as well as, no, Elysium's good for now. But, you know, Keelamar 3 can start paying a little bit of tax, at least 1%. Leonid Prime 10, probably a little bit as well. So, like I said, I'm going to slowly start increasing the taxes here and then decreasing the taxes a little bit on the other planets. But basically, my ultimate goal is to, you know, obviously get my cash flow in the positive again and start growing. Because, like I said, I want to start building some more mining stations. I want to get some more colonies. I feel like maybe I can push up a little bit in this area here. The Naxilians are probably not going to like that. But, you know, if we get into another fight with them, we will be ready. I'm going to make sure that my strike forces are always fueled up and ready for action. You know, should anything happen, I want them ready to go right from the start. And I also want to make sure that I've got defense fleets for each of my planets. So what I might be doing is might be looking at my defensive fleets and you know, just sort of reallocating ships to make sure that every planet has at least what do we have for Yuffie? I think Yuffie's got a decent number. You know, it's just enough to kind of hold off any sort of invasion. You know, when used in conjunction with, say, like planetary defensive batteries and stuff like that. So we got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 ships. Oh, it says right here on the summary. I think that's a decent number, especially considering most of my ships tend to be very large. You know, I'm using, like, cruisers, and hopefully when, you know, my technology starts getting a little bit higher and I can get larger ships, we'll be looking at carriers and capital ships. So, for the time being, the war is over, and now I'm just sort of playing cleanup. I do want to, we'll say, take this planet here from the pirates. So that will probably be a goal for Strike Force Alpha once, you know, defenses up in these, let's say, far-reaching areas is a little bit more well-established. So, that's what I'm going to be doing in the meantime. It's same old stuff you've seen. I'll fill you in once I've done a bunch of stuff. So basically, I've gone through this list here, and anything that, which is most of them, anything that has like around 130%, some of them are actually well over 140% total for resources. I've gone ahead and I've queued up a construction ship to go ahead and build a mining base there. Some of these were mining bases that we had previously, but they were destroyed in all the fighting, so I'm basically rebuilding. To assist with the rebuilding, I think it would probably be a decent idea for me to, let me see here. Actually, I believe I lost one of my exploration ships. Yes, I did. My hotkey number 2, which I was using for one of my exploration ships, appears not to be working anymore. So I've lost one of my exploration ships. I believe that was the Tears of Elysium. That is unfortunate. But anyways, we're gonna go back here to the Sapphire Palace, and we're going to, let's see here. What was it I wanted to do? I wanted to build some construction ships, which is actually not at the Sapphire Palace. I needed to actually choose the blue planet itself. And we're going to go ahead and build, where are you at here? Construction ships. We're going to build a couple of these to help, we'll say, development of our empire. Because, like I said, we're in construction mode now. We're building things up a little bit. Actually, while we're at the Sapphire Palace, I'm going to go ahead and queue up a couple more exploration ships. Because I believe we are, let's see, what is our total count at right now? I like coming into the build order because it kind of tells you how many you have right here, and it's well organized. So we've got 8 exploration ships. Yeah, I'm going to build another 2 construction ships. We actually already have 12, but I believe that's including the 2 that I may have just queued up. And we've got a lot of cruisers. So we're like I said, we are in building mode now. We're rebuilding and expanding. and that is a good thing. Let's go ahead and actually take a look at the Empire comparison here. The victory conditions, we've looks like the Nexilians have been knocked down yet another peg, and so have we. We are down quite a bit. So what we need to really work on here, what we're falling behind in, is basically everything. We need to definitely be generating more money, which we are going to be doing with, like I said, our mining bases, which will get us more resources, which means we'll be able to develop our planets more, and that should bring us up from being 7th in population. Our territory is still kind of low when you compare us to places like the Dandalus Technocracy and the Tekin Corporation. So we've definitely got some catching up to do. Our economy's not too bad though. We're in 4th place. And strategic, you know, we're still in 4th, and we can definitely, we'll say, increase that. Military strength, we are still on top. However, the Wakaris Federation is getting close to us. I just need to make sure that what is this? The 51st Strike Force. What were they doing in our system? That was the Nexilians, was it not? Okay, I'm gonna send them a warning. Basically, stop your military attacks against us. I don't think they did attack us. We would have probably gotten a warning. We have not gotten a warning telling us that we were under attack. But I'm going to tell them to remove your military forces from our territory. Surely you are mistaken. We do not have any military forces in your territory. No, that's right, of course, because they warped out. Either that or they were pirates. I don't think they were pirates though. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what they were. It looked like Nexilians. I gave them the warning, but they had warped out. So obviously they are going to deny it. They're like, what? We're not doing anything in your territory. What are you talking about? These accusations. Yeah, so they say it just like that. They are very pompous T-Rexes. Yes. Okay. Aha! The Asilis Major Enclave has declared war on the Gazurian conformity. This would kind of confirm my suspicions that they actually used to have what was that? The Zentabia fluid, and then it was taken from them by the Gazurians. So I've suspected there was a bit of conflict between these two factions for a little while. But it's official now. These guys are at war with each other. Which also means that the Rhodian Hive has declared war on the Asilis Major Enclave. Let's see here. What are we doing here? I've given them, military refueling rights. I'm actually wondering if now would be a good time to set up a mutual defense pact with them. I wonder if they'd be open to it, because they're facing enemies on both sides. And I realized I just got out of a war. Maybe now's not the best time for my empire, but you know, I want to get maybe some exploration ships here, and I want to keep an eye on this war here, because we've got, let's see, where are they at? Military strength. The Asilis, ouch, they are actually weaker than both the Rhodians and the Gazurians. I don't want the Gazurians or the Rhodians to really, I don't want them to make any sort of headway or help, we'll say, I don't want them to damage the Asilis Major. This empire here is actually friendly with us. You know, it's a decent ally, and it's something I would like to develop. So I'm actually wondering if I should throw some support behind them. That's going to need a little bit of consideration, because like I said, I just got out of a war. I don't want to jump into another one. However, it is in our best interest to see to it that this empire thrives. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to ask them. I want to know what their territory map is like. Let's go ahead and, let's see, swap maps for tech. Let's swap territory maps. We accept your proposal. I want to see if that's all they really have. Really, that's it. You've got the 2 colonies. I think that's it, right? Let's see, this one here doesn't even look fully developed either. It's a smaller planet. Is that really all they have? Let me see, population, is it population I'm looking for? No, it's not. It's, territory. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, they are really that low. So it's kind of like, I've been getting along all right with these two factions, but, you know, I want more allies. I want more friendlies on my side. I'm wondering if I should... I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm definitely gonna have to think about that one because, like I said, I don't want the bugs spreading out into the Acilis territory. Okay, I haven't decided to, we'll say, help them out directly yet. I did try to do a mutual defense pact because I realized the wars are already underway, so, and he's the one who initiated it, so there wouldn't be any pressure on me to actually join in the war. I just figured it might be an opportune time to go ahead and throw the offer out there. But I figured it is, like I said, it is in my best interest to help the Acilis Major, because it is a faction that I'm more likely to be able to get along well with. The only reason why the Rhodians and the Gazurians are not fighting me right now is because I'm stronger than them. But if given enough time to grow and become more powerful, they will not be cooperative. They will not be a friendly faction. So, like I said, like I've said, I've used this phrase so many times. It is in my best interest to see to it that this faction survives. So, in my small little way, I'm going to try and target the Gazurians. I'm going to try to, incite rebellions on some of their planets using the Luke Moretti, maybe doing some intelligence missions against them. And that's what I'm going to do for the time being, until I've decided I actually want to we'll say, confront them militarily. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to take 3 months, and we're going to incite some rebellions on some Gazurian planets. I don't know how much of an impact that will have, but it's better than nothing. Like I said, I want this empire to stay there. I want to be able to develop that. I need some friendlies, because right now I don't feel like I've got too many friends in my we'll say neck of the woods. The Kaedians, they're cautious with us. They're still friendly-ish. They're friendly enough with us. The Teekans aren't too bad, but they're a little bit further away. Basically, I want nice neighbors, and currently, I've got the Nexilians on the one side, I've got the Rhodians over down here, and I've got the Gazurians up here. I need some friends, so... Alright, so we finally finished repairing this cruiser here. And this construction ship's gonna go off and build a gas station. It's gonna build a gas station somewhere. Looking at the size here, 527, I don't believe I want to retrofit this ship. I don't feel like that would be a good choice. So, we're not going to retrofit it. I do want to, we'll say, move it into another fleet, though. So we're going to add that to maybe our Strike Force Bravo. So that way there we've got a nice big heavy ship within that fleet. And let's see, we've got the name of the ship is the Bleak Resistance. Let's see, do we have any actually some maybe fleet captains or ship captains that would be better, more well suited for that ship? I'm going to take a quick look at that, and I'll get back to you in a second. All right, I've got the ship captain here, San Kalosk. And basically, he's on a ship that has a size of like 424, which is significantly lower than this ship here, the Bleak Resistance. So I figure, it would be nice to give Strike Force Bravo another ship captain. Make it just a little bit more effective. So I figure we're gonna go ahead and get him to transfer over to the Bleak Resistance. I just need to find it on this list. And here it is at the very bottom. I'm guessing this list is in order of when the ships were built, so maybe all new ships will end up being here. And that makes sense, because actually I built the new construction ships and the new exploration ships, and they are down here at the bottom. So we're going to tell him to go ahead and transfer to the Bleak Resistance, and that will give Strike Force Bravo a little bit more oomph, have a ship captain on one of their ships to improve their capabilities there. So it appears the Gazurian conformity has a catastrophic eruption at Apilitwa? Let me see, I think it was the font here. Apitwa. I believe that's actually the same planet we sent our agent Luke Moretti to incite a rebellion, so they're not having too much luck with that planet. Just a quick update on the Desolation Moon, the World Destroyer. Currently still has 182 components still unbuilt, so this is, like I said, this is still going to be taking a little while for that to be completed. Alright, so I actually just sent a few gifts out to the Gazurian Conformity, the Rhodian Hive, and the Nexilian Union, because I'd noticed they were either, annoyed with us or oh, actually, that's us with them, is it not? No, that's how they feel about us. So they're annoyed, these guys are furious with us, these guys are also annoyed, and I didn't want, like I said, I don't want anything to erupt just yet between us, so I just figured, here's a few little acts of goodwill, no hard feelings here, We are ready to be friendly with you guys if you're ready to be friendly with us. That's kind of my, we'll say our policy. Oh, sorry, not my policy. It's our glorious leader. What was it? Tiku Bendu, right? Where is he? There, Tiku Bendu. His sort of philosophy sort of thing that we do not initiate war, but we definitely end it. So that's kind of my my policy that I'm kind of going forward with. So our intelligence agent Luke Moretti has increased his PSYOP skill, and he has evaded detection after successfully inciting a rebellion on the planet that had that problem. So maybe if I send him out again, especially after that natural disaster, if they become really unhappy, oh, what's this? Then they might go ahead and leave Isian Prime 1. So it looks like the Asilis Major has actually gone ahead and, we'll say, struck the first blow, has taken the first colony, and they now have this planet here. So that's good. I want to see my team win, basically. Like I said, I will continue to, we'll say, support them from the shadows. However, I did just look at the time, and I am out of time for this session. So the current year, we're to 2159. We're at the end. We're almost in December, so it's almost the end of the year. We're almost at 2160, and the war is over. But like I said, things have still not settled down. There is still definitely, we'll say, unrest in the galaxy. So we're gonna go ahead and save this as LP19 because it is after our 19th episode. If you like this content and would like to see more of it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.